All right, what's going on, everybody? We are out and about on a beautiful day. Let me make sure we get our music right. There we go. Make sure we get our music right, because we can't be getting copyrighted every freaking day that we decide to do something. Let me set this camera up right, and we get ourselves situated. So look, as the title states, Uber still has not paid yesterday's fares out yet. And it's not just me. This is something that is nationwide. I don't know if it's United States only, or if it's happening in other countries as well. But Uber is not paying out the fares yet. I don't know what happened with them. So I'm glad all my eggs aren't in one basket. So obviously we're running DoorDash, and we'll continue to do so until Uber fixes their issue. At this point, Uber is saying 72 hours, up to 72 hours. Here's my thing, though. One of the attractive things about gig working like this is you can get your pay on a daily basis. And there are a large percentage, very large percentage of drivers who count on being able to hit that payout number at the end of the day. And when Uber has a hiccup like this and they can't pay out their drivers at the end of the day, what's going to happen? People are going to stop driving for them. Jenna, how are you, darling? So yeah, we'll see how long it takes them to fix it. The issue started last night. Yeah, they reduced pay. They reduced pay for their drivers. Took the minimum run down to $2.50. Maybe it's a light bulb issue. Maybe they got too many Polacks trying to change the light bulb then. I don't know, but and I'm allowed to say that because I'm a Polak. But look, I don't understand why all these other gig companies' apps can work properly for the most part. For the most part. And when they do have a hiccup, they get it fixed within an hour or so. And Uber just can't seem to do it. So there was another issue on Saturday where drivers couldn't cash out, or Friday night where drivers couldn't even get their money then.
Onto 62nd Avenue South.
They were hacked. I doubt it. How are we still getting tips, man? How are you still getting the tips if they're hacked? All the tips still came through on the hour. The fares just didn't. The Uber pay, the part that Uber pays you, just didn't come through. The tips from the customers came through no problem, and went into the wallet where you could actually cash it out. They're not hacked, man. They're not hacked. Well, hey, Pop, I still haven't been paid for yesterday. Did you get paid for yesterday? Because I have not been paid for yesterday yet.
At the light, turn right onto 62nd Avenue South.
So it's good to see they fixed it for today. But what are they doing about yesterday? How many trips do you think that is? The app was down for a long time. It started last night.
Left onto 22nd Street South.
Yeah. It's pretty ridiculous. You'd think they'd get their shit together. This is the second time in just a few days that this has happened. So I slept in today just a tad bit later than I have been. I didn't start this morning until after 9 o'clock. Makes you wonder, Jenna, doesn't it? It really does make you wonder. It really does make you wonder. And I doubt that's what it is, but that's what's going to start, people are going to start talking about. As this is happening so often now, is the problem a cash flow issue, and Uber just doesn't have the money to pay their drivers anymore. I don't have Lyft, so I don't know, Chris, but not that I found on the internet. Not that I found. Now look, my money owed to me from yesterday is very minute, all right? It's very small. We're not talking about a lot of money, all right? It's the principle behind it. I am not owed a ton of money for yesterday. I'm probably owed $20 or less. Yeah, I remember when you weren't getting runs. I remember that. I do remember that, Apoth. I do remember that.
At the light, turn left onto 22nd Street South.
Oh,
turn
man.
left onto 62nd Terrace South.
2130, 2190. Let's see which one we need. Okay, we need 2130. I just saw it. So at least I know which building it is now.
Turn left onto 62nd.
We haven't been here in a couple weeks.
Then turn left. Turn left. Then the destination is on your right.
Yeah. I worked for a Domino's franchisee whose checks bounced all the time. Like, we used to take them. It got so bad that when we got paid, I was young. But anyways, when we got paid, we would take them to like check cashing places or Publix or actually it was Kroger. But we'd take them somewhere like that to cash them. And then all those places stopped cashing them because they bounced so much.
62nd Avenue South.
So, you know, when a check cashing place won't cash a check, there's a freaking problem. All right, guys. All right. It's going to be upstairs. Yeah, it's going to be upstairs on this end. All right. Should be right by the stairwell, I think, if I'm not mistaken. Yep. She's out there waiting for me. Let me go deliver this, guys. I'll be right back. Let me turn this down because I don't want the radio kicking on and me getting a copyright. So the 117 item Walmart order I took yesterday tipped me $15 this morning. They tipped me $15. We just took another. I just took another Walmart. How big is this one? I don't even know yet, but we're gonna go get this Walmart really quick. They might send another one on the way. I've had one Walmart today. It was a pretty big order. Went to a second floor apartment. That's always great. Yeah, $15 is really good, man. $15 is really good. Oh yeah, they lost a ton of money, man. I don't understand. I don't understand how they're losing money, though. I don't understand. They need to lower the pay of the CEOs, is what they need to do. Problem solved. You know, and sadly, I mean, anyway, I don't know, man. It's stupid. How they're operational with all that money loss, I don't know. I don't know. And how they lose that much money, I don't know. I don't know if DoorDash and, Bite Squad and Postmates, I don't know what kind of financial situation they're all in. I'm pretty sure Postmates lost money last quarter. I don't know about DoorDash. Now, I will tell you, Uber's food delivery side made money. They lost it all on the rideshare side. I haven't quite figured out what's going on with that. No, DoorDash, Chris. Now, I don't know what the freight side did. I'd say the freight side made money too, because all they do is broker. I also don't understand why they can have so many issues all the time. Okay, you're saying you're losing billions, but your IT department is shittier than the Geek Squad from Best Buy. Your entire business, everything you do is solely based on an app, right? Everything you do in your business is solely based on an app. You have no goods to move. You have no goods to store. You have nothing. Everything is solely based on an app, and you have went and cut costs and have the shittiest IT department in the world. That makes no sense to me. Makes no sense. Hire the Geek Squad. They'll do a better job. My nephew works for them. It's your one job is to keep your app operational so your business doesn't go under. You know the old saying, you had one job? They have one job. Keep your app operational, otherwise your business is going to go under. And they can't keep their app operational. That would be like going to McDonald's and them being out of French fries. It's the same concept. McDonald's main business is their French fries, right? That is why a lot of people, and chicken nuggets for my kid. But not being able to, not having a fully operational application for Uber for both customers and drivers is like McDonald's being out of French fries. From a business standpoint. The ice cream machine is always down. The ice cream machine is always down, let's be honest. Ice cream machine. If Uber is losing. Did they buy Grubhub? I know they bought Postmates. I didn't know they bought Grubhub. I just knew they bought Postmates. I don't know. I don't know how they're spending all these, because they have banks willing to give them loans. Because the concept of the business is actually really good. It's a great business model if it's ran properly. It's a great business model if it's ran. Like I said, no goods to produce, no goods to store. All you need is an IT department that knows what the hell they're doing, right? And can get on problems quickly, right? And then you need a couple phone banks, you know, driver support and customer support. Truly, that's all you need if you're Uber. That's all you need. Postmates is acting up. That doesn't surprise me. That doesn't surprise me because I'm sure it's all ran by the same deal. Sir, it's all ran by the same IT department now. You know, Uber bought Postmates. They're taking complete control of Postmates first of the year. So just a couple months away. I'm going to guess and say the Postmates name just disappears. And they just integrate all the drivers and everything into the Uber family. Anyways, I found it funny today and I was a little bit aggravated over it. That's all. You know, one freaking job, keep your app up so your company can thrive, and you can't do it. Anyways, how's everybody doing today? It is a beautiful Tuesday. DoorDash's app is powered by Amazon. Huh, that's interesting. I'm using the DoorDash app right now, and we're on our way to Walmart. We're on our way to Walmart to pick up a run. I did not start on time today. I did not start till after 9 o'clock today. So late start today. So I hope, fingers crossed, that I can bust 100 by 5. We'll see. We'll see if I can bust 100 by 5 o'clock. I think it's a good possibility. We don't have to make about $10 an hour because I'm almost at $50 already. So we can bust 100 by 5, make another 50 at dinner rush. There we go, $150 day. It'll be a good day. 70 degrees up in New York, up in Lowville. I don't know what temperature is here, but I'll tell you it's pretty nice. Got a little sweat actually going on. Got a little sweat happening. Dude, the fuck are you doing, man? You have no stop sign, no nothing. Fuck is your brain damage? Excuse my language, folks. That's how accidents happen right there. That is exactly how accidents happen. Oh, I bet you he's probably a DoorDash driver too. Watch this, we're gonna end up having a nice conversation here in a minute, watch. This could get ugly. People don't like it when you blow the horn at them. Do I remember what shipper is in Lowville? I know I've been there. Oh yeah, look, it is a DoorDash driver. And then he didn't even stop at this stop sign. He did a New York stop at this stop sign. It makes a lot of sense, doesn't it? Yeah, told you he's a DoorDash driver. I knew he was. I'm gonna park right beside him. I'm gonna go park right beside him. Try me today, buddy. Today's the day. All right. We are in spot number 2. Craft. Is that the one that's in the mountains? I can picture it now. Now I can actually picture it. I remember I had to take a 2-lane road. Yeah, I know where you're at. I know exactly what you're talking about. I know exactly what you're talking about. Let's see how many items we're getting, guys. 12. We're only picking up 12 items. So as long as it's not 12 cases of water, we'll be all right. The Philly cream cheese. Yeah, I've been up to that one a bunch. I had to drive really slow up there one day, man, because there was like 55-mile-an-hour winds on that 2-lane road, and it was icy too. I was with Prime. Yeah, it was right after I had the incident too, and it pays good too. Yeah, especially if you're coming out of New York. Like anything that comes out of New York, usually it's just pure shit. But if you can get lucky and get some of those good ones, there's a few hidden gems up there. 911 to Allentown, nice. Yeah, that is a good paying run. That's a damn good paying run, dude. Holy shit. I was gonna guess 300. Eileen, something like that.
Gotcha.
All right. And yeah, so 300 miles, man. So 300 miles, $3 a mile. You can't beat $3 a mile, man, with a stick. Let's check the Uber app, see if they fixed their shit yet. I've been checking it periodically throughout the day. Dude, freight everywhere is jumping. Jenna was talking about that the other day. She said freight is booming, man. She said freight is booming. Is this me? Hey. How are you? Good. All right, we're good. Not much to it at all, guys. 12 little items. Now this guy beside me, I feel sorry for him. I'm gonna try to hurry up and back out so you guys can see what he's picking up. The guy that stopped at the stop sign or the non-stop sign. Look at this. Office, 2 desks and an office chair. You know that shit probably ain't light. Probably goes to an apartment. No, dude, I'm not aggressive. I'm not aggressive like that. I'm not gonna go walking up to him and giving him not 2 cents. He was a pretty big dude. I'm surprised he didn't try to give me his 2 cents, but I'd give it back to him if he did. It don't bother me. But I'm also not afraid to honk at somebody like that when they're in the wrong and then park beside them. Jesus, take the wheel. Nice.
Starting route to 1824 62nd Way South. Proceed to the route. In 600 feet, turn right onto 34th Street South.
Well, it just, they don't put a stop sign there for a reason. They do not want traffic backing up to a main road and causing an accident. So they absolutely do not want you stopping.
Turn right onto 34th Street South.
You refuse them now? I do them all the time, man. I do a lot of apartments. I make too much money on them to refuse them. I make way too much money on Walmarts to refuse them. Ever since I started doing the Walmarts and I do DoorDash during the day, $200 days are every day. Every day I can have a $200 day. It doesn't matter.
Turn left onto 54th Avenue South.
And a lot of times we have it like last night. I had $200 at 7:45, 7:30, at night. Time to go home. Didn't have to work the whole dinner rush.
In 1 mile, turn left onto 54th Avenue South.
So I do a lot of Walmarts. Here's what I've noticed though. There hasn't been that many this week. I do not. I don't. I'll just be honest with you, William. I don't. I've talked about that. I'll gladly talk about it more. It don't bother me. I just don't. There's no aspect of the job itself, the job of trucking, that I miss. I miss Prime and the people that I met there. That's what I miss. But I don't miss the job of trucking. I do not miss, being gone from my family every single day, not being able to shower every day if I want to. Like, man, it's amazing having regular personal hygiene again. It's like, holy shit, I'm not brushing my teeth and then spitting it out the window, Yeah, paid by the mile, man, it's tough. I don't think I could do it again. Like, if I ever in the future had to get back into trucking for whatever reason, it would have to be a guaranteed pay or a percentage deal. I couldn't do by the mile. I know somebody, a friend of mine, and I'm not going to get too in-depth into it, but who is about to take a job that is guaranteed pay. And it's like $1,700 a week, guaranteed no matter what they run. So, and it's over the road work. But guaranteed $1,700 a week, guaranteed. That's a good gig. Because let me tell you, when you know what your pay is going to be, when you know you're getting $1,700 a week, you find a little more time to take showers. You find a little more time to get your full rest in. You find time to do things that you wouldn't be able to if you were trying to, strictly pump the miles out or the loads out. It's a different kind of lifestyle when you know what your pay is going to be. Well, this is a private individual. This is a small fleet, man. It's not like a big fleet deal. This is a super small fleet. Well, not really small, but it's. But when you go, let me put it this way: when you go to work there, you talk to the owner. There's no recruiting department. Like, you talk to the owner. Yeah, there's no recruiting department. I mean, probably still has 200 trucks, but he doesn't have a recruiting department. He meets his applicants individually, personally, and makes a decision himself whether or not he's going to hire them. That's probably why, as small as he is, he's been successful. Yeah, and they typically treat their employees better. I agree with you. Yep. Yeah, they're the recruiting department. Yeah. You know? They're the recruiting department. They're the safety department. BLC is that way, are they? They actually contacted me.
At the light, turn left onto 62nd Avenue South.
Just a couple months ago, BLC contacted me, sent me an email, or sent me a message or something. I'd have to look, either on Instagram or YouTube or an email. Very professional. Yeah, very professional contact with me. Wanted to know if I was interested in getting back into trucking.
In a quarter mile, turn right onto 19th Street South.
That doesn't surprise me, man. I don't know what their turnover rate is or anything like that. I don't know a lot about them, but I know somebody who looked at going there once, but they ended up not going.
Turn right onto 19th Street South, then turn left onto 62nd Place South.
So this is a Walmart delivery, guys. If you're just joining us, we picked up at Walmart a little bit ago. So we got groceries in the hatchback back there. Groceries in the hatch.
Turn left onto
We're gonna sling out over here in the driveway.
Destinations on the right.
It's the orange one. No, it's past the orange one. It's the is it really that one? No, it's not that one either. Let's see, y'all. It's the green one. It's the green one. Hey, I think I was here the other day.
Place South. Arrived.
For some reason, I feel like I was here on Sunday. Except there was 2 cars in the driveway that day. Let me shoot them a message. Let them know that I have arrived. Please call me when you're on the way. I messed that up, didn't I? Let me call her really quick. Hey, this is DoorDash. I just wanted to know I was here with your Walmart order, and where would you like me to leave it? Okay, thank you. They literally just got home. That's them. All right. They didn't want nothing left on the ground. All right, so that one paid $8.79. Not bad. Not a bad little run. Leave it at the end of his driveway? How crazy is that? Now we had a few in Tampa. So there was an apartment complex in Tampa that we delivered to a lot. Excuse me, guys. I had a little burp there. But what was weird is it had like 16 apartments. They just always had me leave it on top of the mailboxes. I have a dollar peak pay going right now. But I get a lot of 10, 11. I had a $13 single Walmart yesterday. And then I got a $15 tip on it. So one Walmart paid me $28. This is just I just live in a good area, I think, for certain things. Like my son told me the Walmarts by him, they don't pay, you don't make as much money. He's tried to do it. He's got a buddy who does it. And so we were talking about it. And he was like, well, how much do you make, Dad? And I told him, I said, well, if I go out and start at like 8 in the morning and run until, 5 o'clock just on DoorDash, I can usually make $150 to $170. Some days $130. He said, no. He said he goes out and runs from like 8 in the morning until 5 in the evening, and he only makes like, $100 if he's lucky. So I think a lot of it is just regional driven, where you live. Where you live. So I'm at $47.24 right now. I started around 9:30ish this morning. I get that in the morning. Matt. I think it says Matt, doesn't it? No, it says Mother Trucker. We'll just call you Trucker. I get that in the mornings. That's my morning peak pay, usually from 5 to 10:30 a.m. I get anywhere from $2 to $4. Very rarely do I get peak pay in the evenings. Like we had it last night, like $1 or something, but that's it. But we did have $5 right down the road because of the tropical storm, which is supposed to come back, I think. Somebody was saying that tropical storm is supposed to come back and hit this area on Thursday. It's kind of weird. I'm gonna have to check and see what's the storm doing? Just like shooting across, twirling in the Gulf and coming back? I don't know, but yeah, so I'm at $47.24, and which is right now is the peak of lunch, and we only have one hot spot, and it's a Walmart. Yeah, see, my peak pay is just this whole area that I run. Look, when it's $4 peak pay, I'll take any run. I'll take anything. As long as it doesn't go tremendously far distance, which very rarely does DoorDash have anything that goes tremendously far. Every now and then you might run into something, but very rarely. So the Walmart by my house is an elevator music back on. Oh, we lost signal? What the hell? All right, well, we're back. If it hiccuped for you guys. Looking forward to running this weekend? Yeah. I love the peak pays. Right now I have $1. That's it. I just have $1 right now. I'm lucky to have that, to be honest with you. And the only thing I can come up with is this. You know, DoorDash only hires so many drivers for a region. Like right now, they're not hiring here. It could change tomorrow. But they only have so many drivers per region. And I'm just assuming that a large majority of the drivers for this area only work nights. You know, they're college students or whatever. It's a part-time gig and they only work at night. Because during the day is always good. I always make money. I'll make $100 today and I didn't start till 9:30. But at night it's always slow. Where Uber is always kind of super busy, DoorDash is slow at night. And some of it may be all the extras that DoorDash has. You know, the Walmarts and the Walgreens and the PetSmarts and the Script Drops. So that may come into play in it. That may be part of it. Because there's so much more than food to deliver during the day with DoorDash. And at night, they don't have that. Even though they did send us a bunch of Walmarts late last night, and I turned them down. Ended up going and driving Uber. Might have been better off doing the Walmarts, since Uber still has not paid my fares for yesterday. Got my tips, but I didn't get my fares. Which I always find unique. Chug some Mountain Dew down. All my trucking friends out there, y'all take advantage of what you got right now, because things are going to change next year. I don't think it's going to change super bad, but I think fuel's going to go up again quite a bit, and that's going to directly impact your bottom line. So just be prepared for that. Always high fuel prices, man. Always high fuel prices when the Democrats are in office. Especially with this new environmental green initiative that they're going to start. I feel sorry for people who live in states like West Virginia and Kentucky, you know, where energy is like, that's their livelihood, you know, coal. That's their livelihood. That's how these people survive. That's how they put food on the table. And they're going to target them directly. You know, they don't feel like they're, oh no, we're not, you know, we're not after you. Yeah, you are. You're after them. You're after them. You're after them. You don't wish to for them to be able to feed their family because you want to get a strip away from coal, which I mean I can get in a sense. I'm an environmental guy within reason. I'm an environmental guy within reason. And no matter what changes we make, it's not going to stop what's happening until China and India stop what's going on over there. The camera's blurry. Did it fix itself? Oh, that 40-mile-an-hour sign looked pretty clear. That's true too. You're right. That's true. That's true. Yeah. Well, what I'm going to find interesting is the validation of mail-in votes. I've never understood how mail-in voting can even be a thing, other than for your service members. But because how do you validate that that person is the one who filled it out? You can't. You can't. And so, like, I don't. And all I know is this: no matter if you're Democrat or Republican, Independent, Libertarian like myself, whatever you may be, you want to make sure that every vote counts, but that every vote was cast properly, legally. And that should be every American should agree with that. You want everybody to be able to vote, but you don't want nobody voting twice and 3 times and 4 times and 5 times and 20 times. And so how do you control that with mail-in voting? We're going to see what the Supreme Court says, because that is the case that's going to the Supreme Court, I think. I think that case is going to hit the courts, and I think that's going to possibly change this election. I don't know. We'll see. I think that's the best shot they have. Yeah, I think that's the best shot they have. Is the mail-in attacking the mail-in voting and the authenticity of mail-in votes. And then start putting people in prison if you can prove who sent them. If you find someone cheated, put their ass in prison. Don't fine them. Don't just make a big ordeal of it. Like, make sure everybody knows what's happening. Do not pass go. Go directly to jail. There was a lot of votes cast, wasn't there? Pennsylvania just rescinded Biden's win 10 minutes ago. There you go. There you go. I haven't checked the news, but I'll look when we stop right here, just out of curiosity. But yeah, I'm not a fan of mail-in voting. I'm just not. I just don't think it's I think it leaves too much room for fraud. That's all. I think it leaves too much room for fraud. I'm not saying that everybody's fraudulent. I'm just saying it leaves not only does it leave too much room for it, it leaves the thought of it happening to everybody. And then we have issues like we're having now, right? Because everybody's like, oh, wait a minute. Yeah, I don't see anything yet in the news. I've kind of just accepted the fact of what's going to happen, and we're going to move on with it. And if it changes, it changes. But first part was just, you know. How you doing, Bobby? Yes, correct. I just want it to be fair. Yeah, correct. Alright, it was ready, guys. Look at that shit. DoorDash been on the ball with them being ready here recently. I like that. I like it, I like it. Where are we going? We're going to a trailer park. They said third row. Located on the third row. All right. And they gave me a description of the mobile home, so we should be able to find it. Should be able to. But I agree. We just need to make sure that our elections are fair. That's all. There's some weird guy over there. I don't know what he's doing. Whoa. There's some guy acting really cuckoo over there. This is kind of an area that this kind of happens in. So it's not surprising. What's he doing? He's still moving around over there all weird. Tweaking out, man. He's tweaking out. So I noticed the last couple of days there's been a lot of cops right there in that little bitty area running the Vegas off. It had gotten to the point where it was like a hangout, man. They were probably stealing from this construction site, I'm just guessing. Because they have security here at night now. They didn't have that at first. And cops have been hanging out in the area. Look, there's always been doubts about mail-in balloting. It's just never been so many mail-in ballots that it mattered, that the results of them specifically mattered. But both sides have always had doubts about mail-in balloting. It's just truthful. But this time there was so many mail-in ballots that the results of the mail-in ballots actually matter. And I think that's why you're seeing it come up right now the way it is. But mail-in ballots have always been an issue. It's just that if somebody wins a state by, 150,000 votes and there was only 20,000 mail-in ballots, it doesn't even matter, right? It's only a net 40. Or net 20, depending. But yeah, it just doesn't even matter. This time it matters. And I think that's why you're going to see more of it. I don't even think questioning them arriving on time is going to do it. I think the question is going to be validating them. How do you know that person cast that vote? I think I think there's more of a legal argument voting wise, because there's a lot of laws about voting in this country. So I think they have more of a chance attacking the validation of mail-in ballots than they do the postmarks of them.
In a quarter mile, turn left onto 18th Avenue South.
Just from a legal standpoint, I think they should be going after the validation of the ballots, not the when they were mailed and arrived and all that shit.
At the light, turn left onto 18th Avenue South. In 3/4 of a mile, turn left onto 21st Street.
Dude, I could have looked in my mailbox one day and went, hey, look, I got a mail-in ballot today. They mailed them out to everybody. Let me go down, let me just drive around picking them up. You know? Go driving around all day and you pick up 10,000 of them and you fill them all out and you mail them in. Don't think people didn't do that, because it happened. It happened. Is it enough to make a difference? I don't know. But I promise you that happened, man. People hate this president. There are people who hate this president enough to risk going to prison, or they're not smart enough to realize that they get caught, they're going to prison. Just saying. That's probably more likely the case.
Turn left onto 21st Street South, then turn right.
All right. Ugh.
In a quarter mile, turn right.
So I don't think I've ever been here before. We gotta figure out how to get in here. It's this trailer park right here on the right that you see. All right, so that's 4. All right, so it's gonna be on this row right here.
Then the destination is on your right.
So it's that street right there is the one I need. Okay. Well, the gate is open.
Arrived.
Let's go. We need row 3. I guess this is all one way. What number do I need? 312. I think we gotta go down one more and then come across to 3. This looks like a real gem around here, doesn't it? We've seen worse though. That one we were in the other day was worse. This one's not terrible. We were in one the other day, guys. It's pretty rough looking. All right, that's number 2. We need number 3. Pretty rough looking if you weren't here. No, I'm just saying there has to be a way to validate them. Look, there's some people who can't get out. I'm just saying that they have to be validated. And so how do you do that? That ultimately becomes the question. How do you truly validate it? Because I think in the military there's ways to validate it easily. I missed it, I think, guys. Yeah, 312. 312B. Hold on. Let me go backwards. Wow, there's like hardly anything on this side. It's right here. I think there would be a way to validate military easier. I'm just saying we need to validate all of them. All right. Get three mail-in ballots. There's a $10 Walmart deal. Walmart deal. That's what it says. Oh, Walmart delivery. Okay, it just cut it short. Is what it did. It's a duo. It's a double. My question is, how do I get out of here?
Starting route.
How do I get out of here?
Proceed to 21st Street South, then turn left.
Yeah, still no. They paid the tips. Tips have all been paid out, but the fares have not. The fares have not. That's a dead end. Like, where the hell's the exit? We're trapped, man. We're trapped in the trailer park.
Turn left.
Okay, we're gonna go. I guess we're gonna go back out the same way we came in. Maybe there's only one way in or out.
Turn left onto 21st Street South.
I think so. All right. So back to that Walmart we were at earlier. No, he's going in there.
In a quarter mile, turn right onto 18th Avenue South.
Yeah. I mean, we are in a rough neighborhood. This part's actually pretty nice, though. But this area in general has patches
Turn right onto 18th Avenue South.
that are not the best. That's for sure.
In 1.1 miles, turn left onto 34th Street South.
So when you sign up to vote, you have to do the signature card thing. So, I mean, I guess my question is this. Is every single ballot, mail-in ballot that is sent in, is the signature matched? I almost wish they'd do a thumbprint. You know, if you're gonna do a mail-in ballot, and they send you a mail-in ballot, send you a little ink thing. Put your thumbprint on it. And I'm shocked they're still counting them. Like, you'd think they'd be done by now. I'm not saying they shouldn't count them. I'm just saying I'm shocked they're not done counting them. Like, I would think they would have them all counted already. Silent Blood. What do the Cubs have to do to make it to the World Series? Bullpen. And they're going to need an anchor in the starting rotation. They're going to need another arm. Another solid arm, proven arm in the starting rotation. But bullpen has always been the issue. Happen, which means the hitters have to hit, which they don't always do in Chicago for some reason. I don't know what the hell goes on with the Cubs, but they don't always seem to. They go through these hot streaks, so they'll have 7, 8, 9 games in a row where they're scoring 7 to 12 runs, you know, and then they hit the arid desert and they can't seem to freaking hit the ball at bat with the ball. This is a double run, by the way. It's 2 orders. 2 orders pays 10 something. Most people don't want to prick their finger, right? I'm just, honestly, I mean, I'm just not a fan of mail-in voting other than legitimate reasons, you know, handicapped, elderly. I don't think my 27-year-old neighbor Joe, because he's too lazy to go to the polls, should get to decide who runs the country from his couch. You know?
Stay in the second lane for right.
That's the part. That's half the issue with this country now. Anyways, people are lazy. Let's just make them lazier. You don't even have to go to vote no more. You can lay on the couch watching Jerry Springer eat potato chips and vote. Not because he works out of state, not because he's in the service and he's deployed overseas, you know, not because he's 85 years old and can't get around like he used to, but just because he's too lazy to get in the car and drive to the polling station.
Arrive at your destination. In a quarter mile, arrive at your destination. Proceed to the
It's too much of a hassle. There's a long line. I don't want to wait in it. Well, then you don't get to vote, asshole. Then you don't get to vote, asshole.
In 900 feet, arrive at your destination.
If it's too much of a hassle to go to the polling station and vote, then you don't get to vote.
In a quarter mile, arrive at your destination.
Voting and ordering food are 2 totally different things. They just are. You can't compare those 2, man. What the hell? So the GPS is not showing me at Walmart, so it's not allowing me to, actually it is showing me at Walmart. But it's saying I'm too far away. Let me close the app and reopen it. It's telling me I'm too far away even though I'm sitting in the freaking driveway. And I double checked to make sure we're at the right Walmart. I did do that too. It's saying I should be on the other side of the Walmart store. Oh. What? What is this? Hold on, man. We're in the wrong spot. We are in the wrong spot. It says I got to pick up at some place called Event Deals or something. This is Black Friday shit, man. This is Black Friday deliveries. Hold on. We got to go to another spot. I wonder why it wouldn't let me. All right, we got to try to figure out where to pick this up at. So it says it's on the other end of the store. We're going to try to figure it out. Right here, deals. Pickup and delivery parking this way. I bet you it's down here on the end. No, this one's got a separate lot right over here. See? Right here, Shy. This one's got a separate spot. Where they come out to your car and everything. You don't even go in. You don't even get out of your car. Yep, here it is. See, deals. And they got these little signs. Spot number 52. Let me talk to DoorDash. Hello? Hello? I'm here. I figured out what was wrong. I was on the wrong side of the store. Do what? Okay. I don't understand what you mean by that, but yeah, I'm here picking up now. I did not understand at all what she meant by that. But anyways, put my mask on. Hey, how are you? Good. Tanika and Latricia. Hello.
Got you right here.
All right, thank you. All right. You guys can't even really see with that sun, the way that glare is. So I'll just try to flip you all around like this, I guess. I don't know. There you go. I guess I'll just flip you all around for now. Because that glare is a little much. It's freaking hot, too. Let's see what we're picking up. 1 package. 3 packages. So we're picking up a total of 4 packages. I'm going to scan barcodes and everything else on these. So this should be interesting. Oh, here they come now. I'll be back. Hey, how are you?
Good. Are you DoorDash?
I am. Got 3 packages.
Letitia? Or Latricia?
This is the one. You go through the other.
Uh-huh.
All right.
Have a
Thank
good
you.
one.
Y'all have a good day. All right. So we got what looks like a version or an off version of a giant George Foreman grill. That's one item. And the other one is some kid stuff. It looks like these giant eggs, and it says something about what's inside or something like that. And it's got eyeballs on it. There's 3 of them. So that was the 3 packages. So yeah, these are Black Friday deals that we were delivering. Hi, handsome. I'm afraid to even look who said that. So let's see if it's somebody I know. What's going on, man? What's going on, brother? All right. Let's go to the first one. Go. Turning right, I believe. I need to eat at some point, man. I'm getting hungry. I'm getting hungry today. It's kind of a slow day today, too. I still think I'll make over 100 before 5. But like I said, I started about 2.5 hours late as well. So 3.8 miles to this first delivery. Living the COVID life. Well, most of us are. Things in Florida, honestly, are about back to normal other than just everybody walking around with a face mask. What's funny is if you watch some of the news networks, you would think everybody in Florida runs around with no mask on and partying and everything's going on. The reality of it is, if you live here and you actually watch your surroundings and see what everybody's doing, everybody's pretty much wearing a mask. Unless they're sitting down at a table to eat, or like very rarely do we have a mask carrying situation, which we've had a few, but not many that were out here. But if you watch the news, man, it's just a big party fest down here in Florida, a big COVID party. Not in this area. And now that the election's over, all of a sudden nobody wants to talk about COVID. Do you know why no one wants to talk about COVID now that the election's over? Because neither side has a freaking plan for it or a cure for it. That's why. But both sides wanted to point it out the entire time during the election. COVID this, COVID that, COVID this. Everybody's dying of COVID. Well, guess what? You're about to take control of the White House in January. What's your plan to take control of it? Oh, we don't have one. There's nothing that can really be done about it. Exactly, assholes. So shut up. It is what it is. It's nobody's fault. It's not Trump's fault. It's not Biden's fault. It's nobody's fault. It's a freaking virus, dumbasses. That's just my opinion. There you go. I gave it to you. I didn't like the blame. I didn't like the blame. It's the president's fault that everybody's dying of COVID. No, it's a virus, you dumbasses. It's nobody's fault. No matter who would have been in the White House, it would have been their fault, I guess, though. Let's be honest. If it during an election year, if it would have been, if Obama still would have been president, the Republicans would have been blaming Obama for it. That's just the country we live in. But it's stupid. Correct. I agree with you. That's a fact. That's some factual information there. The flu kills a lot of people every year. I don't know about the numbers you're saying. I don't know if it kills more than this or not. I haven't looked those numbers up. But the fact is, the flu is a very deadly virus that kills people every year. Every year it kills people. But yeah, we don't run around with face masks all winter long. But yeah, I know the flu kills a lot of people. Yeah, pointing fingers is silly. It's nobody's fault. It's nobody's fault. Yeah, it's Trump's fault because he didn't make everybody wear a mask or shut down. Well, for starters, each state is allowed to govern itself. And the minute any president would have tried to impose federal restrictions on these states, the governors would have went to court and won, right? That's the reality of it. Each state is responsible for taking care of itself. So if people lost their lives in New York, of course the New York government wants to point it all to Washington because they don't want to be blamed for it. They don't want to be like, oh shit, we should have shut down earlier, or we should have done this earlier. We'll just blame Washington for not forcing us to. Dude, you're the governor of fucking New York. If you want to do something in your state, take action and do it. I've just never understood that. No governor in this country should ever blame the federal government for something going wrong in their state, unless they took every action possible and didn't get the support they needed from the federal government. Then they can start pointing fingers. But as you notice, most of that finger pointing has all disappeared now. It's all gone now. You're not going to hear a lot about it. And I'm glad. I'm glad, because it is nobody's fault. Blaming Trump for all the COVID deaths would be like blaming Nancy Pelosi for the AIDS epidemic in San Francisco back in the 80s. All right? You can't do it. You just can't do it. See where we're going. Make sure I don't miss a turn, guys. We gotta go on a stop sign. It's like the whole leaving the World Health Organization. You know, that wasn't about pointing. That wasn't about saying, "Oh, you're responsible for this. You're responsible for this." It was the World Health Organization. You saw this pandemic growing in China, and you refused to warn the world. That's why Trump wanted to pull out of WHO and pull the funding. It's not because he blamed them for it. It's because they didn't do their job, right? If you don't do your job at work, what happens? You lose your funding, you get fired, right? He was firing the World Health Organization because they didn't do their job. That's what it was. They didn't do their job. But they want to do it all politically and just, oh, well, come on. All right, we got to try to find this place. Anybody in there? Hell no. This is going to be great, guys. Because I hate trying to find this place. Because they did not give me a building or anything. Let me just pull right here really quick and then contact the customer really quick. Do not disturb. It says do not call. They didn't give me a building number. Let me pull up, guys, and just find a parking spot. So basically, we're just looking for an apartment. Now, all these apartments have individual numbers, but I have no idea where this one might be. So that's kind of the issue. So I'm hoping she can give me a building number. If not, I'll go to the leasing office. That's what I probably should do. Let's go there. Let's go to the leasing office, guys, and see if we can't figure this out. So one thing nice is this isn't food, so we can pretty much take our time on it. There's no rush. And these people don't even really know when this stuff's supposed to arrive. They're just promised it today, I think. Maybe during certain times. I'm going to guess that this is the leasing center. It is. So I'm just going to go in here and see if we can't get some support from the management company of the property. Maybe. Maybe. I'll be back, guys. Let me go in and talk to them. All right. Guy in the golf cart to the rescue. One of the maintenance guys was driving by, and I go, man, I got to find this place. And he's like, what do you need? I asked him, and he goes, let me pull out my cheat sheet. He pulled out a map. I had everything listed on it, all these little notes on the sides of it. He's like, all right, here's where you got to go. So away we will go. Let's drive away. Well, I had the car off. I took the keys, man. So I've been locking the car and taking the keys. I've been locking the car and taking the keys. So most of you know my uncle does this for Uber. He left his car running at Miller's Ale House the other day, and someone went in his car and got his wallet. All right, should be this building right here. We will double check it, but it should be this. This should be it right here on the right. See if we can find a number on it. Well, that should be it. Yeah, that's it. Okay. I wonder which one this is. I don't know if this is the 1 package or the 3 package. But I'll find out. Mr. L. 1 package. Jamaica. 174. All right. That one is delivered. I'll be right back, guys. Give me like 30 seconds. All right, I'm back. All right, here we go. Let's go to the next one. 3 miles away. Trying to text home. My son had a doctor's appointment today, so I'm trying to find out. I can't get an answer, but now I'm trying to text and see really quick before we leave. So what's going on with his situation? He hasn't been feeling good. All right. Let's go to the next one. So these people didn't answer the door. I had to just leave it at the door. I think that's going to be... I don't know what I think of that on these Black Friday deals. Like groceries, everybody knows you're coming and you got milk and all that, and so they get their groceries and get them in the house. But leaving these like goods outside, like these deals, like that big old George Foreman style grill, who's to say it's still going to be there when they get home? And here comes the rain on top of it. Now they did have an awning. It was a second floor, like in front of us there, so I do have like a little awning. But so it was a beautiful day earlier. Now it's starting to rain. No chance at tips on these either, I don't think. That part I don't like. I don't like that at all.
Starting route to 485 Lewis Boulevard Southeast.
Poor kid's getting home from school.
Head east on Pinellas Point Drive South.
It's raining.
Turn left.
And he's handicapped. It looks like he has Down syndrome. And nobody out here to meet him.
In 2.2 miles, turn right
All right.
to 45th Avenue South.
Well. I don't necessarily disagree with you on that. I made a big comment about that the other night. Talked about it the other night. I don't understand how politicians are allowed to get rich while serving the American people. Just my opinion. Just a thought. I need to vote myself a raise. Is that allowed? Are we allowed to do that for ourselves? I hope so, because I could use the money.
In 1 mile, turn right onto 45th Avenue South.
Yeah, 47. They'll get it right this time. Well, that's my whole point. One of the big stepping things, I don't know, not stepping stones, but one of the big issues in this election was racial injustice. All right. It's been a problem in this country for a long, long time. Right? And so it's really in the forefront right now. It's right at the front of the pack, hey, we need to fix this. Okay. I don't disagree with you, it needs to be fixed. But how the hell are you going to put a guy in office who's been in Washington making laws and being part of your problem for 40 plus years? This guy was part of the problem. He has been in Washington. He has allowed the manifestation, right, of the racial bias to take place within your police departments and within the country itself. And he's the guy that you think's going to save you? Really? Come on. He's part of the problem, not the solution.
At the stop sign, turn right onto 45th Avenue South. In half a mile, the destination is on your left. 485 Lewis Boulevard Southeast.
Yeah, he sure has. He's part of the problem. Biden will not solve the racial injustice issues in this country while he's in office. I promise you now, it's not going to happen. And the old white people who've been controlling Washington with money for the last couple hundred years, they're not going to allow Vice President Harris to get enough power to make an impact either. Are we there yet? No, we're not there yet, Tim. We are not there yet. How are you, brother? Tim, the Uber app still ain't. I'm going to check. But as of last time I checked, Biden is a Titanic.
The destination is on your left. 485 Lewis Boulevard.
I believe we're there. We are. We're there. There's lots of kid stuff here. This must be the house. I'll be back. That's awesome. They were home and got their goods out of the rain. I was a little nervous. So it's always nice when I see, especially the rain is just starting. It looks like it's going to be a pretty nasty one. Looks like it's going to be pretty nasty rain. Yeah, I just... You know, people are tired of a lot of different things that have gone on in this country for hundreds of years. And the issue is they're rising up against the wrong people to change it. So I truly believe in this instance, people are fed up with racial injustice. They're fed up with a lot of different things, but that was like the main, that was driving the left in this country this time, was the whole Black Lives Matter movement. And all they did was put people in office. All they did was elect people who are going to just continue they're gonna throw, what's that old, they're gonna put a makeup on a pile of shit or something, because that's all you're gonna see. Nothing's going to change. Nothing's gonna change. They're gonna camouflage some stuff, but nothing's going to change. Why? Because they didn't really elect anybody who's going to make a change. They put a man in office who's been in Washington over 40 years and been part of the problem. He's definitely not part of the solution. Yeah, lipstick on a pig. There you go. Yeah, that's all they did. It's all that's going to happen. It's all that's going to happen. It's all that's going to happen in the White House. Biden's going to put lipstick on the pig. That's it. It's not going to fix anything. Why? Because it's not in his interest. It's not in his interest. It's not in his family's interest. It's not in his friend's interest. And he's been in Washington so long, he only cares about his interest and the people that he owes favors to, their interest. That's it. He doesn't care about your interest. He doesn't care about my interest. If you want to make change in Washington, start sending your neighbors. Start sending your neighbors and your friends into political office. That's who you need to be voting into offices. Not people who are raised and bred to be politicians and owned by outside sources. Find your 40-year-old neighbor Joe who mows his neighbor's grass because he cares about him and they're elderly and can't do it anymore. You know, that's the guy. That's the guy you want to put in office. That's the guy you want making decisions for you and your neighbors and your family. We're sending the wrong damn people. Well, they don't want people to secede on their own. They want you to depend on the government. We've talked about that. Two very different styles of government. Well, there's becoming a third style of government in this country, but for the most part, we've had two different styles of government in this country. One who wants you to do for yourself and succeed and reap the benefits of your hard work, and the other one that wants to give you everything and have you depend on them so they can continue to get rich while working in government. Those are your two styles of government. We now have a third. We now have a third that literally wants to control our everyday life and everything we do. And Bernie, AOC, that whole far leftist group, that's what that is, right? They literally want to control everything you do. But luckily, that has not caught much ground. It caught some, right? It's caught some ground, but not enough to get anybody into the White House with those views. Very slow day today. Well, I ain't supposed to do this, but I'm going to. Yeah, those are the two styles of government we have in this country. And man, I really want McDonald's again. I had McDonald's yesterday, guys. I don't know if they have the buy one get one for $1 here or not. Do they? Yeah, they do. They have the buy one get one for $1. Correct. You know what, guys? I have an idea. I'm going to get out of this line. Screw it. I don't need this. I don't need McDonald's. I mean, I do because I'm hungry, but I'm going to do something different. So my app is still on, guys. I'm still working, but nothing's coming in. Looks like it's going to be one of those days. Which Tuesdays, that seems to happen more often than any other day of the week. Tuesdays and Wednesdays can be very, very shady. I think last Tuesday I worked and made $130 on last Tuesday, if I remember correctly. Tuesdays are definitely not good. Correct. Yeah. Yeah, explain that to me too, Toys. You're right. I wouldn't be worried about it, right? I gotta watch every penny I spend, man. Look, my son has autism and we refuse to collect disability on it. All right? I don't want to live off the government. I want to put food on my table myself. I want to take care of my kids myself. All right? I don't need Jennifer Aniston's tax dollars to support my child. She loves to pay them and she wants you to have them, right? But I don't want them. Keep them. I want to support my own child. When I die, I want to feel like I did everything I could and I did it in the best way possible. You know, it's like food stamps. I've utilized food stamps in my life to put food on the table. I did it as a kid and I've done it as an adult. All right? Meaning over the age of 18. I've used food stamps. I've had to use food stamps because I've had to eat. All right? But trust me, I didn't like it. This guy's going to run this red light. Any bets? I thought for sure he was going to run it. And I thought he might go straight, which we've seen before. There are two bones in my body that swing left. All right. One of them is about healthcare. I think we have allowed the healthcare system to get out of control in this country. All right. It needs to be reeled in. It needs to be made affordable. And if you live in this country and you have a social security number, you should be able to go see the doctor. That's how I feel. That is one of my leftist views. All right. This is why I consider myself now a libertarian and not a Republican, because I do believe in a healthcare system that will allow anybody with a social security number to go to the doctor and get treated. All right? And I'm willing to pay more in taxes for that. All right? That is one of my views. All right? Well, I'm not going to give you the other one. But that is one of them. But I have two issues that are considered left wing or left of the middle. And guys, it has nothing to do with your healthcare workers. Look, the reason we don't have insurance in this country for everybody, with a social security number to go get treated, has nothing to do with healthcare workers. It all has to do with pharmaceutical companies, man. It all has to do with, the fix, the Band-Aid and not the cure, right? The treatment and not the cure. All the money's in treatment, not the cure, right? If they could cure everything, hell, you don't have to go to the doctor once and you'd be cured, right? You wouldn't have to go back again, right? You'd only need one pill bottle, you'd need one $100 pill to take care of whatever. Right? You wouldn't need the $1,300 worth of medication every month for the rest of your life. Look, it has nothing to do with healthcare workers in this country. They deserve what they make. All right? It has to do, not having universal health care in this country has to do with pharmaceutical companies. And if people wake up and realize that's really what's happening and that's really what's controlling health insurance in this country, things would change. All right, man, have a good one. Yeah. It's gotten out of hand. It's gotten out of hand. And why do they charge that much? Because the larger percentage of people who visit hospitals don't have insurance. And so they're never going to get paid for treatments on those people, right? Like me, I don't have insurance. If something happens to me and I have to go to the hospital is not going to recoup their money, right? So where do they have to get it? They have to get it from the people who do have insurance. If something happens to me and I have a $100,000 hospital bill, I'm not going to be able to pay it, ever. I'm never going to have $100,000 laying around to give the hospital. It's the truth. I'm not going to have it. That's just a harsh reality of it. Why? Because healthcare has become unaffordable in this country. I just think they could figure it out. I truly believe they could figure it out if they tried or wanted to. But your big pharma companies are running the country, running the world, really. I mean, in most of the countries. They have such a big pull on what happens. And that's also what most of your people are invested in. Most of your politicians, they're invested. They hold stocks in pharmaceutical companies. All right? They hold stock in pharmaceutical companies. So they don't want you to be cured either. They want you to have to come back because that's how they're making their money too. That's how they're growing worth of $100 million on $175,000 salaries. Because they can invest in companies and then pass laws to pretty much ensure that company's growth. Even though they won't tell it to you like that, that's the reality of it. That's what happens. Oh, well, I didn't know I owned stock in that company. Bullshit. Bullshit. You know who you own stock in. If you don't, you're stupid. If you don't know where your money is invested, you're stupid. So don't come with, I didn't know I owned stock in that company when I voted on a bill. Yeah, you did. Either that or you're too stupid to be a politician anyway. You're too stupid to be making decisions for me and my family if you don't know where your money's at. You can't have it both ways. You can't tell me you're smart enough to represent me and my family passing bills and laws that are going to affect this country for years to come, but you're too stupid to know where your money is. Well, the reason they think that is because we keep putting them in office as citizens. We keep electing them and putting them in office. That's why they think that. But we keep doing it. We keep doing it and they keep smiling. We keep doing it and they keep smiling. And they keep getting richer and richer and richer. Yeah. I tried to make a difference and I changed the votes. There you go, Tim. Look, and I've said it. I don't think in any way Trump is the savior and the fix-all of anything. There's a lot of things about Trump I dislike. Okay? There's a lot of things about him personally I dislike. But his policies were good for not only the country, but the American people. He was the beginning of what I hoped would be putting this country on the right path. Look, I could have cared less if we'd elected a Democratic president. If they were the type of person who was going to put the country on the right path. You know, that I don't care if it's a Democrat or a Republican. I'm just tired of seeing lifelong politicians continue to rule this country and nothing's changing and we keep putting them there. How do we allow that? How do we allow that to keep happening? As citizens of this country, how do we allow it? Correct. We talked about the big money, right? Why does it keep happening? Because it takes money to run for political office. It takes advertising, right? It takes a campaign manager. It takes money. And what happens is you have big money step in and they pay for it. And then you owe them favors. And that money is owned by the pharmaceutical companies or other big shots in this country, these big families. Correct. It should be focused on serving, not on money. I know that it didn't. The wording isn't right on that. I don't think. But okay, yeah. It should be service, not a career focused on money. Correct. The wording is correct on that. Yeah. You want to really fix government? You want to really fix them? Pay our politicians the average salary of our firefighters and policemen. That's what you need to do. If it's a livable wage for our firemen and policemen, it should be a livable wage for a politician. That's what they should be getting paid. Well, you're telling me you want to pay the local police officer $40,000 a year and that's a livable wage, but you need $175 to live? Come on. He's serving his community, you're serving your community. You should be making as much as him. And that'll get rid of a lot of the riffraff in this country. A lot of it. There are people who truly get into politics not because they care anything about this country or what they're going to leave behind to their grandchildren, right? They get into it solely to make money. Solely to make money. They want to make money. That's a $175,000 a year job. You know? And once I get in the office, if I keep my head down and my dick in my pants, I can stay in that office for 40 years at $175,000 a year. Those are the people we're putting in Washington. Hell, Bill Clinton didn't do either of those, and he's still making millions speaking. No, firefighters make less. I'm fairly certain. I don't know the facts on it, but I'm fireman just off the top of my head, just off of thinking back and past stuff. Police officers, at least here locally, always made starting off probably close to $10,000 more. Not starting off. Let's see. So down here, it used to be a starting firefighter down here made like low 20s, and the police officers made high 20s. So now I think it's like a $40,000 a year job here for police department, and firefighters probably 32, 33, I would think, starting off. So I have a friend I knew in high school who's a fire captain in Clearwater. He's been with the department for 20 years now. And I think he's making like 60 something. And he runs his firehouse. He's a captain. So, but yet a politician go to Washington first year make $175,000. Come on. Fuck, we should all run at least and get at least one term. We'll be good. Yeah, the overtime. Yeah. A lot of them get overtime. But they're working their ass off for that money. Let's be honest. They're working a lot of overtime to get that money. All right, folks, we're over the 2-hour mark today. I think I'm going to end the rant today. I'm going to end today's political rant and just get back focusing on work for a few hours. I'll be back at 6 o'clock over on Twitch. 6 to whenever done tonight. In the meantime, y'all stay safe out there, all right? Be smart. Wear your masks. All right? Wear your masks. Just do it. It's about the only thing you can do anymore. Until they find the cure. I think they're working on a treatment, not a cure. Just my opinion. Working on the treatment, not the cure. I'll see y'all tonight. Have a good night.